Welcome, Arnold. I'm so happy we get to do this and celebrate you. So, today I'm here with one of our amazing clients from our Growth Academy program that's soon becoming Exponential Growth Academy. And Arnold, would you just explain what you do, who you are? Just introduce yourself.
So I'm Arnold. I'm 52. I'm going to build the largest flower business in the world, the Amazon of flowers. That's my dream vision. And to get there, I have to make some steps. So I'm working on a B2B trading platform, Europe First, where growers of flowers and plants can access flower shop directly without any intermediates. Opportunity is huge. The market is huge. Um, and like you said, it's being pregnant of the idea. I just have to prepare for it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's amazing. We dived right in because you did say that when you joined me, it was about 9 months ago, and I thought the same words. So
Yeah,
you got pregnant with the idea, and now you're birthing it, right? Now it's the time
yeah,
to
yeah,
just
and also having the idea and the dream clear. Um, I think that was my first epiphany when I started to work with you. That you asked me, so what I'm afraid of, and I remember saying to you, yeah, I'm afraid I'm not going to succeed in it. And then you said, no, you are afraid of success because you didn't think it through. You don't know when people say yes what you're going to do. And that really hit me. And it was like, yeah, I changed my idea along the way because of mindset and anxiety and doubt and all these limiting beliefs. And so going back to my first idea and believing in it and believing in myself, and then magical things happen.
just like that. I love
Yeah,
it. So
yeah,
we started right away. And Arnold, I'm really celebrating you. You are an inspiration. I remember our first meeting. And actually, my remembrance of what was key was when you said that I really, really want it, yes. And I asked you from 1 to 10, right? How much do you want it? And you said, or how much do you believe it? I think I asked. And you
yeah, yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah. True. Yeah,
remember? You
yeah,
said,
yeah, I
what?
do. Yeah, I said I'm 90% sure.
Yeah. Or I
Y-
even think maybe it was 9.5 or something like that, or
Yeah, it was high. It
90%.
was very high. And
It was
then
95 even, I think.
yeah, and then you said why not 100? And then I said yeah, things can happen, and you are never sure. And so when I talk about my journey with you, that's things I say to your people. Uh,
Yes.
that
I
that
remember that was cute. Because, we there are different ways we sabotage, right? And some people will say, oh, it's like, just small. They make it smaller. Some people make it really big, but like it's not there. So it really takes, for me, it's a feeling for me, right? Like I feel something's off, and that's
Mhm.
why I ask. Because another person could be 95 and I would be perfect, right? But so it's not always the same, right? It does take this intuition, but I did feel then that there is something there, right? Because you would be why, and usually it's like that. Why not? Why are you not doing it then, right? Like if there must be then something, and for you it was like locked in the tiny 5%, which the mind could be like it's fine, right? that
Yeah,
that is a sabotaging move. That was brilliant, sabotaging
yeah,
move. So I'm
yeah.
happy we uncovered. So Arnold, where if you still remember before we met, what was your life like and business like, and like where were you then? And of course, not like what's relevant. Where were you in terms of even your energy and how your business was, how your life was?
Um, Up and down. Um, yeah, I think I was much more a victim of what happened to me.
Mm,
So my energy levels and my positivity or negativity was something I tried to channel. So it was an external thing,
right.
and was a more kind of reactive
Mm,
way of living. Although I try to I try to exercise and have discipline in what I eat and how I live and try to be mindful, but it was all trying. So I remember you saying, "Yeah, that's it's." When you look back, so I'm a completely different person. So you try, try, try. There's no trying. You just do or you don't. That's so. When I say try in my head now, I said, "There's no trying. You just do or you don't. Come on."
right.
So I think um, I I didn't take responsibility for my experience.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
that's but that's easy to say now, because I didn't see it back
yeah,
then.
I get it. And you know, it's so brilliant what you're saying now. I mean, I just am rereading my second book. The first round of edits is done,
Hmm.
which I'm like, wow. And I just read the beginning of it, and whatever you said, it's that's what I'm writing about, you know, the
Yeah,
frustration. And it's the trying. I know what you mean, but the trying when you discipline, and because I know so many people do that, right? And they think they're doing it in life, but they don't feel it, right? So
exactly.
I
Yeah,
think it's really hard to catch because it's not even the word trying, but it's more like judging yourself that you have to do it, pushing the shooting all over yourself, right? You have
exactly.
to do
Yeah,
it, you should do
yeah.
it, blah, blah. And then it still doesn't give you any of that feeling of fulfillment.
No,
So it's
yeah,
really just like very heavy and exhausting, right? Like I feel
yeah,
that's what usually happens.
yeah. I think going through the sessions was also. So I said to myself, I have to be active 5 days of the week, and then, yeah, when will you be happy? At the earliest on the Friday. So a Monday you're not happy, although you went to the gym. A Tuesday you're not happy, you went out, you're running. A Wednesday you go to the gym, and you still have to do more. And then you said, why don't you just say to yourself, I am active, and then it's all solved. And it's like, yeah, it's amazing what you tell yourself, and if
Yeah,
you and when you recognize it, you do it.
yeah.
That's
I had I had one private client that was super fit and super unhappy about the way he was in his body, and we did the work on the beliefs around it. And I asked, so what came out was that he needed to be like 10 to 11% body fat all the time,
yeah,
exercise like 5 times all the time, and like hardcore, you know, like really
yeah,
bad, not like not like soft, but like really really tough. And and you know, it's just like so constricting, right? Like it's just like a prison. And
yeah,
go figure, there was no happiness and feeling of fulfillment, because how probable is it that you can do all of it as a human being when you have kids and or spouse or families, you know, or business, like,
yeah, yeah.
right? It's all like all super big jobs. So um so what do you think that stayed the lack of awareness then? Because like you said, you're 52, and by the way, I have a lot of clients that come around, you know, 40 plus 50s, because I think it's a moment of really awakening for the rest of the life. Like, what are you going to do? Do you take responsibility or do you continue the old way?
Hmm. Hmm.
But what would you say it would was costing you in your life, this lack of awareness? And because you
Yeah.
must
So
have been aware, you were probably
yeah,
reading some books, right? Like,
yeah,
but
yeah. But it's I remember saying to my best friend a few years back. I said, "Gee, man, I think when I'm on my like deathbed,
mm,
I will look back to my life and I think, well, I've never been happy.
mm,
Always do this, do this, do this, and I will. I never had simple. enjoyment of things. And so I knew that,
Mm.
and still,
Yeah.
nothing changed. So it's very, yeah, sad also.
It was, yeah, it was sad, but not anymore. Not
No, no,
anymore.
not anymore. But now you recognize it in
Yes.
others. So I also had my, I also had my thing with my wife, that you start to think, is this what I really want? And then I remember asking you, so how many people are going to divorce when they go into sessions? And you said something like a lot. I, I'm not sure, but that's what I remember. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm not sure, but and then I had to do the work with my wife too, and it starts with me.
Mm.
And it's not blaming her. It's looking at who do I want to be for her, so she can love me the way I am.
Yeah.
And so that also helped. It helped with the kids, and my wife is now doing a journey herself, so which is good. And so
You're a king.
we're getting happier. Well, I'm not getting happier. I am way happier, and I can also this year, like morning, I woke up, and then it's like, yeah, I enjoy what I do. I choose it myself. I'm not a I'm not a victim of what's happening to me. If I watch sad news, yeah, how do I react to it? Is my responsibility.
Yes.
So I think when we began, there were all these courses in the vault and this, and I decided to read your book first, and that kind of made me understand you better and the idea what you do and deeper um, theory behind it, and it's so super simple. It's so simple, and you have to wake up, so you have to recognize the things you don't like, and then you have to do some work,
Yes.
and then you can give back.
Like you said it.
It's super simple. And
Yes.
so I told your book to many of my colleagues and friends. I said, you have to read this book, and I bought a few on Amazon to give away,
Awesome.
and I'm looking really much forward to your next one. And now I'm doing the courses, but I don't have to. So it's when I'm in the car, I'm like listening to meetings, and sometimes I completely drift away, and sometimes there are little things that, oh yeah, oh yeah, and then it like lands. It finds its place, and you see the world differently from that moment onward. It's like really like if well, you can't unsee it after.
Yeah.
So
It's like magic. I
yeah,
you know, I know that my biggest work, and by the way, it's not, I wasn't born like that, right? Like, I do believe we are born into some kind of blueprint of what we want to create, but I was so fucking unaware, like,
yeah,
myself, I needed to really wake up myself from frustration to, it's pain or pleasure that will cause us to change. And for me, it was a lot of frustration, a lot of pain, a lot of, prostitution archetype, and being in that like slaving sort of mindset, pleasing others, overgiving, overdoing. I'll be happy when I have to, like, I was there, I was there myself.
yeah,
And it took so many years, but really what I believe that my ultimate mission is to expand the consciousness.
yeah,
And if I just led it with that, most of the people would just look at me as a, like a deer in the headlight. But that's really what it is. Because it is in you, it is in me, it is already there. I'm not planting anything new. It's just because it's true. It lands, and the truth frequency is powerful frequency. And then it just, right, like attracts everything around it, right? And the truth is very powerful. And you know what they say, the truth will set you free, and first it will piss you off.
Yeah.
So it will be triggering. It will be, what the fuck are you like? Don't bother me with this. Like sometimes I say something and I get like an attack because it is not something people want to hear. And I learn not to say things to strangers,
Mm-hmm.
without permission, because I know it's powerful to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And I also want to be kind before, but sometimes, still, even if I get the permission and am kind with it, I mean, that's always my intention. It still can, because people may not be ready, but it may start with frustration and already being triggered.
Yeah.
And throughout the process, it continues to trigger. Like I also continue to be triggered. So Arnold, you said that then through the program, right, things were changing. How would you describe your shift? Like how did you really benefit from the program? And how was it for you, the experience? How is it still? But you've done now, you're doing the second round. So obviously you're happy. But like for you, what are you celebrating that you've really shifted?
I think it's my base. My base is different.
Mm.
So the fundamental state of my being is different. So it fundamentally changed me. So that's what I also hear from a lot of people. Oh, you really changed, and so I am.
How did you change though?
Well, I am much more confident, way less doubt, anxiety, anger. I almost lost all my anger. So and that's more in the kind of also with the team. If they don't do the things they're supposed to do, or I'm much more okay. What is my role in this to get what I want? So I don't want to get even or want to damage people. I'm just thinking, okay, what do I want with my company? What do I want in a
Mm.
personal relationship with somebody? And then, yeah, um, my reaction is my responsibility. So I think it's taking, yeah, it's taking responsibility for the experience I create here.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
fundamental thing, and I'm sure it's something you keep working on because yeah, there's so many things which are ingrained, automatic reactions, and but then you recognize them. You take a few seconds. You say, okay,
Mm.
what's happening inside my brain now? Yeah, so I have I've watched Eckhart Tolle. I have read Stephen Covey 10 times. The 4 Hour Work Week with Tim Ferriss. I like read all those books. And before we started, I knew I was missing something, and I was the problem. So the company was doing well, but I was the a problem in the company. I had to fix myself in order to make the company good or better.
Yeah.
And I'm still fixing myself, so it's
Yeah.
not done. But I think that's yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And I wouldn't say fixing, right? Because spiritually speaking, we don't need fixing. We
yeah,
don't need
maybe
fixing.
recognize
Yeah.
it.
It's more what it feels like is that you raise your standards, because standards is like, people want to do habits, right? And there's like the atomic habits and the tiny habits and all the books and the success habits.
Hmm.
And people want to push themselves and use the will to have the habits. Like you have five
Yeah,
days a week, exercise, boom.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe I have a better arms, but like, and what? Like it just like drains you, right? Because there is still no something, there is a void. So it's
yeah,
not that, it's more like, how do I raise my standards of just being and living my life. And then if I'm healthy, for example, I want to be healthy, I'm healthy and active. Okay, it's really identity work, right? You've shifted so much the identity work, which is a big part of the program. It's really everything, right? How do I
Yeah.
see myself, who I am? And then it's easy, right? Then it's not like I have to, right? Because something is outside, I have to do it versus I'm just like that. Of course, I'm gonna do this. Like I'm brushing my teeth every morning, right? Like,
Yeah.
and things like that. And one thing you said about react and respond, because you say you still use the word react, which is perfect. You can use that word with the word responsibility. There's sort of, I don't know who said it, but you can either react to the circumstances like automatically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
respond, so react responsibly, but response ability, right? If you respond, like
Exactly.
as a
Yeah.
word, you even change the language that already gets you, okay, how will I respond to it means I am responsible for
Yeah.
it. And that is really changing the meaning of life, and that means that you are the creator of life, because yes, things will come at you in a way, they can, but you can have such a different experience of life versus if you think you're in a victimhood of it, right? And yes, the terrible things are happening in the world, and also great things are happening in the world. and
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's not about being ignorant to those. It's more about what really will save the world actually is if we can do our own work and bring positive.
Yeah.
And I feel like I really want to share this. I remember when the war started with Ukraine, and I just landed in Poland, and Poland is, having a lot of history with Russia, and it's never feeling peaceful, when Russia is involved in anything. And it's really ingrained, like a fear, like a very deep fear. And I remember I got into my car. I still remember, right? Because you remember when the emotion is high. My
Mm-hmm.
dad picked me up, and the first words he said to me is like, Putin attacked Ukraine. And I remember like my body just like froze, and it was just the whole day, almost few hours, I was in fear. And I remembered because I really was aware of it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I remember the moment when I sat in the room I was staying with my friend, and I really decided, okay, so what if something like that happens? And what if, okay, what's my choice here? It already happens. Like that's, I have no power over that dude. Like I cannot do anything around it, so, but what can I do? And then I remember I sat down and I started to meditate, but like really be aware with myself, not like, let me just distract myself with meditation or
Mm-hmm.
calm my nerves. It was more about really going deep into deciding. And then I had this big epiphany, like you said it. The word is fighting the fight between fear and love, right? Bad and good, or evil and good. And if I am adding to fear, I am making it bigger, right? But if I can add to love, I'm making that bigger, and I have a vote. Like every time I feel, I vote,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what is if Putin is sending drones over Poland, right? Like what is he doing, right? He's injecting fear. He's playing with fear to make it bigger so that like he wins, right? Because everyone's
Mm-hmm.
scared. So that was really big for me, right? Like I will not buy into that fear. I will not put my vote there, and that's my part to take myself, be in charge of it. And then I remember it flew, like I remember I offered things to Ukrainian leaders, like I got my own way to send, meditate, like
Mm-hmm.
love, and like really it was so liberating for me because I stopped fearing that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah, for sure.
it can take an hour, many hours, it can take few minutes, but that's really what it gets down to, right? What are you going to vote for? And
Yeah.
that's the vote we
Yeah.
get to, give every day.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure.
So what were some unexpected benefits? that you would never think? Because you said you knew that, you joined, you had some reasons to join, I'm sure.
Oh, unexpected benefits. I think, yeah, when you begin, you don't know what will happen. So um, I think I had 5, 6, 7, how do you say, aha moments, and that's always unexpected.
Yes.
So the latest aha moment was, I think, last week. So when we had a call, and I was going to the guy who knows everyone, and he doesn't know everyone. So, and enjoy it, and you choose it. So you choose it, so you can enjoy it also. And yesterday I had a talk with a guy who was so negative and trying to corner me. And I remember, if we would have done that a year ago, I would have gone into a defense mode and try to explain myself. And yesterday was like this: there's just no use. I don't have to do anything. So I'm just let him talk. And I said, oh, well, it's, if that's what you think, I disagree, and that's it. So it doesn't get to me. So I think, so to come back to your questions, enjoyment, I think abundance mindset, um, the universe. I wanted to believe that it works like that before, but I didn't, and now I do. It's not believing, I know it works like that now. So it's not a
Yeah.
belief anymore. So I think, I don't know what this is where we are at. I resonate a lot with what you say about you choose your experience when you're born, and then you can make the best of it or not. Either way, it doesn't matter in the end. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, and then it's amazing that when your energy that you project into the field, is how I see it, that's being picked up, and reality is different. It's just, I also read about those things a lot, about the two split test, where they sent particles through two slits, and then when you look, it's different what you see on the screen behind and when you're not looking.
Mhm.
So looking influences reality, and I think that, yeah, that's really how it works. So if my energy is good, then good things will happen, and now I know I can create that good energy myself,
Yeah.
and I am responsible to do that.
Oh my God, this is so amazing. I am loving this conversation. And you know, I feel that I'm also changing and I'm coming out a little bit of that spiritual closet because I'm not really leading with that message. But recently, one of the other clients said that, and he was really rational. And at the beginning, he even told me, don't give me that crap, right?
Mhm,
Like,
mhm, mhm.
and now after 6 months, he said, and that's like the private client, he said, I am now spiritually awakened. Like, and I was like, dude, this is incredible, right?
Yeah,
So I feel I am entering a little bit of that thinking practical spiritual coach,
yeah.
maybe mentor. But like, how would you say, maybe to wrap this up, how would you say this is different maybe than what you've seen on the market? Because I do know that I'm very different. I invested massively, first of all, my
Mhm.
growth, and it's not really off the shelf sort of program, and energetically even like not, because it is the ideas are, they're the same like everywhere else. Like you can open ChatGPT, right? The ideas will be there. Does it make sense? Like every book
Mhm,
has
mhm,
been written
mhm.
about it. I think the power that I think is around the energy and the frequency that I bring, and that I can really help alchemize it, that is not really seen.
Yeah,
Somehow
I don't know what it is. So I've been also thinking. about telling about you to people I know, but then I think I don't want them to be in the session with me.
Mm,
It's not I don't want to share you. I just don't want to have those people in it at the same time. And
interesting.
I don't know why yet. So maybe it's bullshit. It probably is. So that's something to, yeah, work on for me probably. Um, um, so like I told you, so I have seen Tony Robbins. I have read about NLP, and then um, I go into group sessions with you, and I have this profound aha moments, this like life changing, and it happens like in a second, huh? So you're like saying something, and then it hits me, and it's already done, and then you keep on talking a bit more, and you make, but I'm already gone. It's already happened, and so I don't know what that is. I
Yeah.
maybe it's that you uh, make people say things, and when you say it and you hear yourself saying it, it's way different than reading something, yeah? Writing things down myself, saying things myself out loud. um, but then still, if I say it to myself, it's different than when I'm saying it to you.
Mm, yeah. I think there is like a portal and we co-create it. There's like a vortex. We enter some vortex because honestly, when I coach whoever's in the program, I mean, I get transmissions for myself and it's just crazy. And recently I was working with, we are creating a new product with like the online courses. And I was watching like few beats of different ones. And I was like, this is fascinating. Like I was myself reminded, I was like, I need to listen to this stuff more. Like,
Yeah.
it's so funny. And even now when you talk about it, I'm like, dude, you're so wise. Like I need to listen to you talk. Like it's just so funny because it's like this unawareness. Like we forget. We need to be
Hmm.
reminded constantly. And I am constantly in the process as well. It's right.
Yeah.
But just fascinating because it's unlimited, right? The consciousness is unlimited. And the deeper we can go in, the more we have outside, I believe. Like the deeper within myself I can go and heal those parts and really open up and really make this vessel like clean, everything flows right in. I even made it rhyme. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is
Yeah.
really powerful. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. And it's funny you said that you don't want to like have the people in because now we have very few people in the program.
Hmm.
And I really look at it and I'm saying these people, it's like the secret. They don't want to say because like I often have, I had that thought and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's gonna fucking die. Like unless
Yeah.
we, do you know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I also think how can I change it because I even thought like I'm gonna make a like two different programs and if you refer
I
someone
also,
people will go across, right? Like
I also, yeah, believe that you should be ready for it. So I told many people who I know that, man, you should get a coach.
yeah,
It's like I hear you talk, man, get a coach.
yeah,
And then, yeah, but they shouldn't do it because I said so.
right.
I think they must do it because they want to.
That's true.
And
That's
I
true.
think I was so ready when I met you. So you contacted me through LinkedIn because I manifested I needed something.
Yes, it's
I'm
true.
I'm 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 sure. And then your like message came at the perfect timing. I said yes immediately. Let's do it. I met you. Then I needed, I think, 2 months or to say yes to it. So it's a process, and saying you need help takes also a bit of courage, yeah.
Mm,
And so it's for many in our culture. I think it's, yeah, it's very difficult to acknowledge that. at
Yeah.
first. And so then I say, wake up, huh? If you wake up, then you have to do the work. It's really
Yeah.
so. Your title was also for like me. Also, I of myself, I always think of myself as I'm quite aware of the bullshit in the news and governments. I don't trust them, and banks. I know what they're doing and their schemes and their little things and their tricks. And then COVID came, and it was like for me a kind of big affirmation of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see, it was like it's even worse than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Much worse. And then, but that also made me feel uh, feel lonely, because there are so little people who also see it. And I think what you do is also, I think the global mind is shifting, so more and more people are waking up. But then what to do? What to do?
Yeah. You know what? And I will tell you what to do. So I had this another epiphany with Elon, right? Because at first,
Mm-hmm.
and I posted about it because when I saw the post, like scroll, someone posted it on. We gave credit to them on LinkedIn, something finance, and they said where, and I really checked because I graduate from statistics, actuary, so I
Mm-hmm.
checked scales because some people, do those scales and like
Mm-hmm.
it's bullshit, right? Like you can see, yeah, it looks like it's really high, but like the scale is like made this big or like
Mm-hmm.
so. But I looked and really it was like every 10 billion, I think was the scale. And the first part it was like no one no like sorry like owning something is like zero almost, you don't see, right? And then Taylor Swift, who is being really quoted everywhere, right? 2 billion worth. Tony Robbins, I think, is few billion as well. Michael Jordan, who doesn't play anymore, but 4 billion worth.
Yeah.
And then you scroll, and then midway there's like Target with 200 billion, and then you
Yeah.
scroll, and then there's Elon, with 500 billion. And of course, he couldn't get all that money if he sold everything. Like it would be whatever taxes. But the fact that one person is, I thought to myself, what the F, is happening in this world? This is crazy. Calling this like, and I can explain why there's such a diverse spread because rich people get richer, poor get poorer because of
Mm-hmm.
the mindset pretty much. But this is very exponential. How did he do it? Like how, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
flabbergasted. But then I thought, and I got scared from it. I even got so discouraged. I thought to myself, you know what, Arnold? Like, fuck this. I'm not gonna do it. This is bullshit. This is nothing. This is like a tiny fucking droplet, I have this many clients only in the program. Like, it should be, what the F? It got me so
Mm-hmm.
mad, It got me mad for a moment, for a split moment. And then I thought, okay, let's use numbers. Let's see the numbers, because I thought he can buy countries. That's what I thought in my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But no, he cannot even buy Norway. However rich they are. But like he cannot buy one country, GDP. And in the world, it's like 0.5%. And in the trillions of dollars of debt of just US, he could like, poof, and this would not be
Yeah.
even seen. So the world is much bigger and it is rising. It is
Yeah.
rising. And we don't see. But Africa, India, it is freaking rising like crazy. And it is rising in consciousness. And then I decided, you know what? If I can take care of me and few people, I'm already doing great. Because
Yeah.
there are 8 billion people. If we can have that ripple, again, through consciousness, because again, if we don't, like you said, if we don't put focus on creating war, it will dissolve itself.
Yeah.
Somehow I do believe we will like, the same way that cancer cells get healed by the healthy body, they do
I know.
in the
Yeah.
energy. It's proven. It will, and I think this is the maybe even final fight from that old system. And maybe it will take another decades because in the, or
Probably.
even
Yeah.
centuries, because but that's tiny compared to
Yeah.
the history of the world, right? We are tiny as even species, right? Neil Donald Walsh talks about it. So that gave me, to me, that gave um, what to do. What to do. Follow my desire, follow my heart,
Yeah.
clean it up. This is my mission. You have your mission. You're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
You can only make it better and bigger. This is, by the way, what I say in my book. With
Yeah.
impact, it's not less is better, bigger is better. With impact, bigger is better, especially when it's positive, right? Of course,
Yeah.
impact,
For
because
sure.
you could
Yeah.
have negative impact. So it's all what I'm excited for you, even bigger, but not to, I'll be happy when, just like because it wants to, like it
It's
wants to be bigger.
it is going to be yeah, bigger, and the journey there is very exciting every day.
Yes,
And that's uh, uh, yeah, I am much better in going to today when I worry about is it going to happen or not. So then I go back to at today and to now. What do I do now? And that will then, I, I really think it will inject the energy into the yeah, field, and then it's going to happen again.
yes,
So it's, I think it's a kind of force field. You are projecting things in it, and if it's negative, and it's if it's limiting beliefs, if it's doubt, yeah, that's what you get back.
yeah,
And so the yeah, all the possible futures are there. It's just which one do I choose it to be?
yes, yes, absolutely. And okay, so to wrap this up,
Yeah,
because did catch you said you were really ready, you did manifest me, which is beautiful. Thank you for saying that. And then you still took few months, right?
yeah.
You still very, that's the process. So what would you say, would you now, like knowing what you know, would you say it was totally necessary, or it was sabotaging behavior, or what would you say to yourself now if you told yourself what to do then, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So I think uh, it was meant to be.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah. So I think the us meeting and me joining the a program um, is meant to be somehow. I don't know exactly how to explain it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
But you did make the decision, and there are people who don't make that decision, because I'm asking for real. There are so
yeah,
many people that meet me, and I do believe that they're supposed to meet me, but the fear takes over, actually. The
yeah,
fear does
yeah,
take
yeah.
over.
It's easy to say now. So
Yes. But still, I'm just curious, what would you
yeah,
say? Like,
so
with the
yeah, so
wisdom you have to ease that fear, because it's the fear, it's the objection, right? It's
I,
like
it's
money,
like
time.
it's the it's the how do you say I have to your mindset.
Mm,
So if I join you, I have to be in the sessions.
mm,
If I join you, I have to watch the vault. Those were the things I said to myself too. I said, oh, next meeting I'm not going to join, and I'm starting to think reasons not to do it.
mm.
That because that's how the mind works before I joined you.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, okay, I'm gonna in the meet, and then after the meet, I'm like, oh, this is so good, it's so good. And then I remember the first couple of your months. Then there was another meet, and then I told my wife I'm tired and I want to go to the meet. Oh, yeah, you should go because every time you go, you always feel so good afterwards. And then, so um, it's difficult.
Wow.
What you offer is a no-brainer for people who did a bit of work.
Mm.
So. Um, but it's difficult to begin for people who didn't do it and have this have to shoot to mindset.
Yeah. Plus, if I were to say that was the sabotage all the time, because you felt great, but
Yeah, yeah, of
the
course. It's
change,
so
you're sabotaging the change and the change, right?
so. I think what helped a lot for me was. actually reading your book. I
Mm,
remember it was March. I read it on the plane to Miami, like in one time. So I read it in one trip.
amazing, amazing.
Yeah, the first 3 hours and the last 2 hours, and then I finished it, and I was like, and I took notes, and I started to do some work on the way back. How do I want to feel? What do I want to experience? And not what do I want to have, but like what do I want to experience? And then it like, oh yeah, this makes sense. For the first time in your life, you really think about what you want to experience. Wow. I
Mm.
never thought it in that way. So I think for you, the acquisition of new customers is, yeah, it must be difficult because people must be ready. Must.
Yeah.
They must be ready. So,
They're
um,
manifesting. They're just like you. They're
yeah,
manifesting. We're,
yeah. So, yeah.
I'm sure this conversation was amazing. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm really
And I'm
looking
grateful for
forward.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
thank you,
much.
thank you. And I'm looking forward to celebrating more success, more fulfillment, more experiencing of life
Yeah,
fully, because that's beautiful.
yeah. So,
Thank you so
and
much.
we will get there. And thank you, Pauline. You've been tremendous in this.
Mm,
Thank you.
I received that.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
See you soon.
Yes.